Yo, yo, yo. Good morning. It's Saturday, baby. We made it, chat. It is officially the weekend. Well, you know, some people have been in Saturday for a little bit already, but for us, you know, we made it. It's the beginning of Saturday. Good morning. We're gonna do Vermintide 2 today. We're going to play some more Vermintide this weekend. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun with that. And that'll be the jam. That'll be the jam. So we'll do the news, obviously, as we do. So we'll do the news this morning, and then we'll get into some more Vermintide. We'll see who wants to play. Probably get down with some community members and probably some randos, you know, and we'll just see how it goes. Having a great time in Disco Elysium. I actually crave the game. We've had some bugs, which don't feel great. But all in all, the game has felt very good. It's a lot of fun. It's emotions all over the place. But the game is fantastic. I love it. But do a little bit of Vermintide. Give us a bit of a break from all the dialogue heavy stuff. Get us a little bit of action to get us kind of ready for diving back into Disco on Monday. Cool. So that'll be the play. Let's go ahead, hop on over here, do what we do, and get into this video gaming news segment. All right? Yeah. Hope everybody's day is going well so far, whatever time it is for you. Again, happy weekend, everybody. Cut that music. That is, by the way, Bullets Per Minute soundtrack, if you didn't know. Amazing game. Rhythm-based, FPS, roguelite shooter game. Very, very cool. Lots of fun and amazing soundtrack. They even just put out an update. It's an indie dev. We love our indie devs. They just put out an update where you can incorporate your own music for the game too. Which is very nice. But their soundtrack for the game just by default is very, very good. So highly recommend checking that out, okay? Let's get into this news stuff. Let's go. See what we can find. Yeah, man, our buddy Tinwin, our community member Tinwin, dropped this news on us yesterday afternoon. Not necessarily video gaming news, but to an extent it is. You know, Kevin Conroy, who had done much of the animated Batman voice acting, even through some of the games like Batman Arkham, but even animated series and stuff like that, passed away at 66. I don't know if he passed away yesterday, but it was announced yesterday. So, F's in chat, rip, and heart and thoughts go out to the friends and family that are, you know, grieving at this time for the late, great Kevin Conroy. We're starting to see all kinds of. I've been talking about this a lot here lately about how we're going to see a lot of sales towards the end of this month, right? We'd already seen some kind of pre-Black Friday sales come up with like buy two get one free sales on video games, on software, things like that from major retailers like Amazon and Target, and now you're starting to see a lot of the sales hit the news segment here for promoting Black Friday stuff, you know. So what is this? Smash Bros. Video game tournament coming to what? Hall of Fame Village. Huh. I don't know. That looks like kind of a more of a. We'll take a quick peek. We'll see if it's a local, more of a local kind of thing for some area, or what's going on there. Steam Deck user surprise is one of the year's most popular games. Let's see what's going on there. We knew this was coming. We talked about this. The Atari Collection has launched with over 100 retro games. Take a quick peek. I can't remember when that was supposed to launch, when it actually came out. We'll look. DC Studios reportedly has ambitious video game plans for superhero universe. Just give me another heroes versus villains. You know, I don't need it to be DC. Give me another generic heroes versus villains where you can pick which side you want to be. You can customize your character. You don't have to worry about these copyright issues of these superheroes and stuff. That's what the world needs right now. A new Fable update has some fans worried about the game. Take a look at that. GTA 6 rumor. I'm not diving into this. I'm so sick of the GTA like rumor mill crap. Yeah. Even they're saying this should be taken with substantial. I mean, I'll read it, but look, everything that's going to be in this substantial grain of salt. There is nothing to back this information. This is what I hate. And this is one of those titles that is getting a ton of this kind of info coming out. You know, a lot of rumors, a lot of just unsubstantiated, you know, stuff that people are trying to push out, and people are just going to grab onto it and continue to go, oh well, this is what the game is going to have, even though there's nothing to back it. And this is one of the things that's kind of wrong with the world in general today. People just make up crap. There's nothing, no kind of facts behind it, and then other people take it as factual information and they just spread it around. It's one of the reasons I'm not big about this kind of info, these kinds of articles. And I'll just tell you right now, we're not going to dive into it. Basically, what they're saying is there are 11 player actions in GTA 6. such as crouching, proning, down, self-revive, buddy comms, look behind, surrender, stuff like that. But this is no definitive evidence that this is a real image that this stuff was taken from. Even if it was, nothing guaranteeing these player actions will make the final version of the game. This is nothing from Rockstar, so I'm not diving into that. Too many people try to make too much out of games like GTA 6 that are in development. And to be honest, it feels really bad that somebody hacked that developer for all that information that came out earlier. So, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. PlayStation Plus subscribers love new free action RPG. Take a look at that. Popular Nintendo GameCube game getting remastered. Wait, what? Yeah, that's nothing we don't know already. That's just a lot of recap about what's going on with the potential purchase of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft and what it would mean for PlayStation's catalog moving forward to not have Call of Duty if Microsoft was to take Call of Duty out of their portfolio, off of their platform. You know what I mean? We've talked about it enough. Control 2 is in development. Will take a while. We'll take a look at that. Nintendo Switch 2 could contain a highly requested feature if it ever actually gets released. Sea of Thieves Season 8 is casting off this month. Take a look at our other search. Twitter users spread confusion posting as Nintendo Rockstar. Look, if you're not aware, Twitter is a dumpster fire right now because of this $8 blue check verification thing they came out with. It's actually been kind of comedy. For anybody that's not big into social media, it's been kind of fun to sit back and watch it just turn into an absolute crap show. Because what the whole $8 checkmark thing was supposed to be touted as in the first place was a way to, while we all know what it was, right? It was a ploy for money also, but they were, promoting it as a way to keep trolls and bot accounts out of Twitter. When actually all it did was turn Twitter into the ultimate troll experience. And it's been actual just legit comedy over the past few days. From what I understand, Twitter has actually halted the $8 blue check verification process at this point because it has turned Twitter into such a mess. What's funny is that I've seen a lot of stuff on, I like the site Imager, and there have been a lot of people that have been really enjoying watching this from afar. And even to the extent of people calling for now, they're like, well, Elon's done such a good job with Twitter. Can he go ahead and buy Fox News next? And stuff like that. Which is just is actually hilarious. Um, but we'll see what happens. I mean, this was not a well thought out plan. I understand. I mean, we've even seen other like gaming companies come up with tactics and incorporating certain kinds of mechanics into their platforms here recently to try to circumvent toxic kind of people within the community. Try to eliminate that kind of stuff. To like with Activision Blizzard incorporating the requirement for phone numbers for accounts. That way, you can't have dupe accounts for people that break terms of service, and that way they can't just go create some kind of secondary account to use whenever they get caught cheating or something like that. It's not a foolproof plan. There were a lot of issues with that. I think it's a good thing, and they've got a lot of they got a long ways to go on finding a better way to go about addressing those kinds of issues. But that mindset is good for the company, and we want better, online gaming communities, um, healthier communities in these online service games that we play, and that's a good big step towards that. And what Twitter was, even though Twitter is not video gaming news, video games developers, publishers, they utilize Twitter to a great extent. So it is kind of pertinent to our news segment, and we've been keeping tabs on it. And I can understand Twitter wanting to figure out some better ways to go about eliminating bots and troll accounts and things like that. But I think we all kind of had a pretty good idea that a big part of this was about just trying to make money. It was not a well thought out plan. And it has definitely blown up in their face. So we'll see what comes next. Yeah, we've got that up. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, jeez. All right, the gist of what that is just, again, we know that we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I'll pull it up and we'll talk about it real quick. It's not really anything new on the front of the Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft. It's just mainly confirming that the it's hitting the second phase of the regulatory, European approval process, and Bobby Kotick is now, which is the CEO of Activision, which, in my opinion, is an individual that needs to be ousted first thing. Whenever, from everything I know about that individual and what was allowed to happen under Bobby Kotick's lead and watch, surrounding Activision Blizzard, and some other things that have happened with particularly that individual and his interaction with other employees. He should not be a part of that company at this point. But in my opinion, one of the first things that should happen, if not the first, is that Bobby Kotick should be ousted from that company whenever Microsoft buys it. Outside of that, basically, there's some quotes in there about Bobby Kotick speaking out about being obviously in enforcing the fact that it's not anti-competitive. It should go through things like that. We'll talk about it real quick. Viral Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 video shows aim assist. What? Aim assist is broken. Fantastic. Didn't mean to do that. 1 second. Yeah. So the developers of West of Loathing. Look, I have talked about West of Loathing quite often because this is one of the more eye-opening experiences for me in a video game that I've ever played. It really proved to me that you should not judge a game by a book by its cover, if you will. The game itself is done in a very kind of basic black and white stick figure kind of art style. And I had many community members going, you should try it. You should try it. It's a really cool game. Really funny, cool RPG, lots of secrets, stuff like that. And every time I looked at it, I was like, man, it just doesn't appeal to me. And finally, I was like, all right, we're going to play it. We'll play it. And it was actually amazing. West of Loathing was fantastic. Fantastic. And they just released, surprisingly, just released their sequel yesterday. Nobody really saw this coming. And I'll just show you real quick. Dude, I know I added that to my wish list. What? Hold on. There it is, Shadows Over Loathing, right here. Okay, I guess I didn't. So, Shadows Over Loathing is the sequel to West of Loathing. Again, West of Loathing, we're talking over 7,000 reviews that are over 97% positive. This game was a lot of fun. The DLC is great too. Highly recommend. And again, shout out to our buddy Tinwin. Came in and let us know yesterday that the Shadows Over Loathing had gotten released by Asymmetric, the developer Asymmetric, as a sequel to West of Loathing, just kind of out of the blue. So we will probably play this at some point in the future. The first one was awesome. Again, West of Loathing, amazing. released back in 2017, and I can only assume that this is going to be pretty good too. So, again, the art style was fairly off putting to me in the first place, but I am one of those people that I really I've always kind of been more focused on other aspects of what creates a video game, and but it is hard sometimes when you look at something that's just not visually appealing to go, yeah, I want to play that. Yeah, I want to play that. And this was one of those games that I found hard for me. The art style, it just it didn't really appeal to me. And so from the continued prompting from the community to go, you should really try it. You should really try it. And we finally did, and absolutely was not disappointed. Yo, Timon, what's up? Yeah, I saw that, dude. Yeah, I saw that. Very positive on the review so far. It's good. Yeah, 97%. I'm 72, and I'm not surprised. Not surprised. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Glad you're enjoying it. So, very cool. I'm not going to dive into the article because I don't feel like I need to. I can just tell everybody that this got released kind of out of the blue yesterday. The first game, West of Loathing, was amazing. You should definitely try it out. And if you do like it, highly recommend probably going over and checking out Shadows of Loathing as well. Or just jumping into this probably. Either one. But I can confirm West of Loathing is fantastic. Great game. Happy Saturday, buddy. How are you, man? One more page here. Talked about that yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured they probably made it that way. Developers gotten pretty good about that nowadays. Not necessarily needing to play the first game and everything, but thanks for confirming, man. Cool. Looks like we got a new trailer showcasing Dark Tide. Take a quick peek at that. Makes sense since we're actually playing Vermintide 2 today. And we'll stick with that. We'll probably just watch that last. Stick with that. Viral Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 video shows aim assist is broken. The eternal debate. Aim assist. Modern Warfare 2 is a massive success, but it also has a ton of pretty significant problems. Aim assist is a very common feature in games for consoles. PC games don't really have it because you can be incredibly precise with a mouse, but controllers aren't as accurate. Therefore, the game often needs to nudge you a bit to ensure that you can actually perform well. When done right, aim assist is practically invisible and you think you're a total beast. When done poorly, it looks like you're cheating and some piece of software is aiming your weapon for you. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has a major aim assist problem. It is exceptionally generous, and people have noticed this during gameplay. To find out just how extreme the aim assist is, Call of Duty streamer Tony Boy went into a private match and did some tests. The aim assist will quite literally lock onto someone who moves into your crosshairs. and briefly track them as they move in a different direction. The same seems to go for when the player is spinning in a circle. It will still track the other player. The video is pretty insightful, has led to users asking Infinity Ward to nerf the aim assist. As of right now, it remains to be seen whether the developer will actually act on this. Seems pretty severe, and the more attention it gets, the louder players will be about toning it down. PC players will likely also get aggravated about this as well, given it may provide an unfair advantage. Either way, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is a runaway success. Yeah, we know, man.
Ele vai passar na tela, passa. Ó, sem mira, sem nem apertar o botão, olha pra...
Hold up, hold up. Okay. Okay, look. Did that look bad? Yeah. Yeah, that looked bad. It did look bad. It looked pretty aggressive. That's some pretty aggressive aim assist. Could the game have been altered in some way to have made the aim assist be that aggressive for that specific video? Quite possibly. It also could just by default be that bad. You would hope that the devs would look into this, because that is pretty rough, dude. But we'll see. I'm just saying, there is always the possibility the game could have been altered to an extent to make the aim assist. Not that you have those kinds of settings by default to be like, yo, make my aim assist more aggressive. But there are a lot of really smart people out there. There's a lot of software out there that can do those kinds of things, right? So it could have been made that way. Could have been altered to make it be more aggressive. That way, the video made and posted got more traction. We'll see. We'll see what comes of it, okay? Control 2 is in development, but the release will take a while, all right? We'll take another leap into the unknown. Remedy Entertainment has announced it is working on Control 2, which will be co-developed and published alongside 505 Games. We have signed an agreement with 505 Games to co-develop and co-publish Control 2, a sequel to Control, announced Remedy Entertainment today. As detailed in a blog from Remedy, Control 2 will be available on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S when it launches. However, development on the sequel is currently in concept stage, meaning a release date could remain a while off. The initial budget for Control 2 sits at £43.8 million, roughly 50 million euros. And the 505 Games CEOs revealed that since launching in 2019, the first Control has sold over 3 million copies. Back in May, Remedy shared updates on 5 games that it has in the works, including Control spinoff, a bigger Control game that it is now confirmed to be Control 2. However, little has been shared on the spinoff, though it was still in the proof of concept stage in May. Okay. Cool. So Control 2 is coming. Confirmed. Nintendo Switch 2, the myth that is the next Nintendo console, could contain highly requested feature. With the transition from the Wii U to the Switch, one of the biggest things that was lost was the ability to natively play games from previous platforms. While Nintendo ended up porting a number of titles from Wii U to Switch, Switch itself didn't contain any backward compatibility functions. Luckily, based on new comments from one boss at Nintendo, it sounds like there's a good chance this won't end up happening again with Switch 2. As mentioned in a new Q&A, longtime Nintendo director Shigeru Miyamoto talked about backward compatibility, how easy it is to include with video game consoles nowadays. PlayStation. Although Miyamoto himself didn't confirm that backwards compatibility functionality will be present in all of Nintendo's future platforms, the ease with which he said it can now be implemented makes it seem likely to be present in the Switch's follow-up console. Yeah, while Miyamoto never outright talked about the Switch 2 or whatever it'll be called, the fact that he pointed out how easy it is for backwards compatibility to now be added makes it sound likely this is something Nintendo is exploring for its next hardware. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this. The Switch continues to sell well, which makes it seem unlikely the Switch will come about. The Switch's successor, whatever that may be, probably won't come about anytime soon. We've already read where Nintendo's talking about probably not even having a new console, a successor to the Switch until roughly 10 years after the Switch, until the Switch is 10 years old. So like 3 to 4 more years. And dude, I've been talking about this for over a year now. The Switch looks dated. But if it's selling, Nintendo's not going to be real quick to replace it, So it is a good console, for sure. But it's looking dated. So, but this is big. Backwards compatibility is a huge thing for us as consumers and just lovers of video games, right? Video gaming enthusiasts. We love the backwards compatibility. And to have, Microsoft's been very vocal and they've let their actions speak for them quite often too about the things they're doing to try to provide backwards compatibility for their consumer, right? Now you've got Nintendo having Miyamoto come out and say, look, backwards compatibility is pretty easy nowadays. And we're trying to incorporate this for our consumers. Gamer, what's up, buddy? That leaves PlayStation, who I've been very outspoken about, in the fact that we know they have the capabilities for virtually every old console to be backwards compatibility for every old console to be incorporated to their new console besides PS3 at this point, and they just won't do it. They won't talk about it, they won't do it, and now they've got the PlayStation VR 2 coming out, but they aren't making that piece of hardware backwards compatible, with their previous PlayStation VR games and stuff. It's definitely seeming like of the major console players here, Nintendo and Xbox have a dedicated view at providing this functionality of backwards compatibility to their consumer moving forward, and PlayStation is just not, man. So I don't know. At least, I mean, even though I'm really not comfortable with what Nintendo's doing here, their console looks really. The games being developed look really dated, and it's not because of the developer; it's because of the hardware in the Switch. You're really starting to see how old the hardware is in the Switch, and they are not rushing into a new console. It's already been about what 6-7 years, I think, going on 7 years since the Switch came out, and it feels a bit rough to me. But the Switch is still selling, so what would make them rush it? Sea of Thieves Season 8 is casting off this month. Rare will be hosting a live stream for the new season on November 18th. 6 days. Rare has announced that the 8th season of Sea of Thieves is set to begin on November 22nd. That comes from the official Rare Twitter account, in which the developer... Wait, how can you tell what accounts are official anymore on Twitter? Can anybody explain that to me? How do I know this wasn't some troll account? Because I don't believe it anymore. In which the developer teased the upcoming premiere of the Season 8 content update video, which they'll reveal on the Sea of Thieves Twitch account on November 18th at 7 p.m. A day after the current adventure, Return of the Damned comes to an end. We don't have much going just yet about the upcoming season beyond its release date, though it seems reasonable to expect the outcome of Return of the Damned is bound to have an impact on how things go. Let's see. So apparently, the current season tasks pirates with choosing, which runs from started on the 3rd of November and runs to the 17th. That's only 2 weeks. The season's only 2 weeks in Sea of Thieves. That's wild. Choosing one of two sides, either work with Bell to prevent Flameheart's resurrection while bringing about the return of Sir Arthur Pendragon, or else they can side with the Servant of the Flame and work to ensure Flameheart resurrection, leaving Pendragon to be marooned within the Sea of the Damned. That choice will have pretty hefty implications for Season 8. For just the second time in the game's history, Rare will be tracking which side proves more popular with the community, promising long-lasting impacts in the game should the majority choose to side with either the Servant or the Flame with Bell. Still time to get in on the action if you haven't already. Yeah, until November 17th, right? There you go. Wait, what? Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a big difference, though, obviously, between, backwards compatibility, obviously, is going to give, consumers the ability to play previous console games, which are obviously going to not look, unless they were actually developed in an artistic style, an art style that was made to look retro, right? Which it happens quite often nowadays. They're going to look dated because they are dated, right? But there's a difference between that playing older games and them looking dated because they're old games, and the fact that developers literally cannot make a game look past a certain point. They are literally constrained significantly on development of their what they want to do with a game graphically because of how old and dated the hardware is on the Switch. You know what I mean? That's the big difference there. So that's what I've been trying to get across. I mean, we've even seen, since I've been talking about it, we've seen other articles come up where, developers have talked about, the hardware on the Switch is dated. You can see it. You can see it in a lot of the and yeah, it continues to sell. So I mean, obviously Nintendo's not in any kind of hurry, but yeah, I don't think you're wrong there either, gamer. Wait, what do you mean? They've been releasing games like this since forever. What do you mean? Games like what? And one of the things I have noted is that, they've been able to get away with, I think, a different kind of platform here, a less intense piece of hardware than the other console makers like PlayStation and Xbox, because of the more cartoon style that many of the Nintendo games look for. It's more of the platform, no doubt, is different than Xbox and PlayStation, right? So they do have a more of a light. Not always, dude. It's not that developers don't ever come out with something outside of that kind of style, But I mean, if you look at it, well, I mean, I hate to like play it this way. You're not. I don't like to call it. I don't like to call it like that because there are so many old, like there are a lot of even adult gamers that just love Nintendo for what it is. But you're not wrong. They are more of the Disney-esque of consoles, right? There's no doubt about it, right? Yeah. So when it comes down to it, I mean, when you look at a lot of Nintendo games, I mean, you talk about stuff like Mario or Splatoon or even the Zelda games are much closer to anything on the other consoles, and it's not even really that close, right? So yeah, you're absolutely not wrong. They're more like the Disney of consoles. Yeah, they play towards that more kid in everybody, if you will. The more lighthearted side of gaming, the cartoony style of stuff, and I do think that it's provided them with this opportunity to get away with stretching this console out further than you would see Xbox or PlayStation be able to get away with it. I really do. If you just wouldn't be able to see Xbox or PlayStation get away with this. You just wouldn't. There's no way. I don't see that happening. But they've been able to do it. It's still selling, and I think just personally for me, it's even those games like Splatoon. Whenever Splatoon's trailer came out, I see the jaggedness in it. I see the rough edges in where they're really not able to push the graphics on the even though it's that cartoony art style and everything, it's looking dated. And that's what I keep going back to. It's looking very dated to me. But again, Nintendo obviously doesn't feel the need to rush it if people are buying it, right? So it is what it is, I guess. You're absolutely not wrong, though, man. Yeah. But I am glad that they're being vocal about the backwards compatibility stuff. With both Nintendo being vocal, Xbox being vocal, they're both on the ball with incorporating backwards compatibility. It really just shines a light even more brightly on the fact that PlayStation is not. And I'm glad. Yeah, look, I mean, I read a bit about this already. Basically, what this is Bobby Kotick, whom I'm not a fan of, and I truly think needs to be ousted from Activision as CEO. If and when Microsoft purchases Activision Blizzard, is basically coming out and saying, like, you know, he had some remarks that our own board of directors recognized this was a great cash premium in a very, very tenuous economic environment. Companies are laying off people. He's just trying to back the fact that he thinks that this should go through, obviously. Because, look, Bobby Kotick is the CEO of Activision Blizzard. He stands to make a lot of money when this acquisition goes through of Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard, right? Even if he gets ousted after it happens, he's still going to make a ton of money. So, but he should be ousted. That company needs to start over. The fact of the matter is, Bobby Kotick is the CEO of Activision Blizzard. He has been for 30 years now. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. What's up, Wick? Hopefully we'll come back. Yo, we had a big spooter in the house, in the apartment this morning. It was awesome. To me. No joke. That sucker was legit about that big, if not maybe a little bit bigger. I have a couple of little friend spooters, you know what I mean? I keep on my monitor. They just kind of hang out up there. It was probably closer to about that size. Closer to about like that, you know? You can see it on my hand, I don't know. About like that, you know? He's a big boy. Big old spooter, dude. Yeah, he really was. Yeah, he's a big old guy. My wife went to throw something away this morning. It was just a big house spider. He was a big boy though. He was doing work up in here. My wife went to throw something away and she screamed. I was like getting everything ready for the stream, and she went to throw something away and she screamed, and I was like, "What?" And I look over, dude. There's this big old spider by the trash can, and he was just chilling, dude. But I was like, where'd he come from? She was like, I think he was under the trash can. And so I went and we've got like a dust pan with a broom, you know what I mean? So I just went and got the dust pan and just put it right in front of him and like put the broom behind him. Dude, he just ran straight into the dust pan, and I just took him outside and dumped him out. He was just in here living his best life, dude. It's cold outside right now, you know? But the wife wasn't cool with it, so I put him outside. But again, look, I mean, Bobby Kotick is, he's been at the head of this company for 30 years. There's been some, for everything that has happened with Activision Blizzard under his reign, in my opinion, he shouldn't still be at the top, But I think there was a really tough time of ousting Kotick. I think they've had a hard time getting rid of him, is the case here. And not to mention, there's been some stuff that's come to light of him threatening employees and things like that, and he's still there. So I really think that Microsoft needs to get rid of this individual. But basically what this was about is just him being vocal about wanting this merger to take place, this acquisition. Put him in the kids' room? Dude, my son would have none of it. None of it. I'm like the only one that's cool with the spooters, dude. Bugs in general, really. Yeah, bugs in general, I'm like, I mean, there are definitely some bugs that I'm not cool with. I hate house flies, dude. Like common flies, I hate them, dude. I hate mosquitoes. Pet tarantula, dude. I've held tarantulas. They're awesome. Yeah, I would actually love to have a pet tarantula, but my wife just won't have it, dude. And there's some that freak me out, dude. There's some that freak me out. Like, have you ever seen the big gnarly centipedes and stuff? Dude, centipedes freak me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Centipedes are like the big what do they call them? Like the big red-headed centipedes. Those things are gnarly. They're a little bit terrifying, dude. Oh, they're kind of gross. If you haven't seen them, look them up, dude. They get big, real big, and they'll be destroying some animals, dude. Craziness. Yeah, dude. PS Plus subscribers love a new free action RPG. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's Neo 2. Yeah, we knew this was hitting it. Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't know, Neo 2 is hitting PS Plus, has hit PS Plus. So, yeah, I mean, this is a highly regarded game. People, this has been out since when? Yeah, 2020. It's sold millions of copies. Metacritic scores that range from 83 to 83. You sure about that comicbook.com? You sure about that? Dude, comicbook.com always has some really weird stuff in their writing, dude. It's really weird. But Neo 2 is supposed to be a very good game, and if you have PS Plus, you should definitely check it out. Popular Nintendo GameCube game getting a remaster next year. Popular Nintendo GameCube is getting a remaster in February of 2023. Yeah, the GameCube didn't sell very well, especially compared to the 3DS and Switch. Nintendo's been kind of it had some on years, off years. Like it was like because what was it? It was GameCube was after the 64, yeah. So the 64 was like hotcakes, and then the GameCube was like, meh, and then the Wii came out. You have Neo and Neo 2. Have you played them both, gamer? Then the GameCube came out and it was like it didn't do very well. And then the Wii came out and people loved it, man. And then the Wii U came out and it was kind of a flop. And then the Switch came out and it did really, so it's had that real like kind of roller coaster hot and cold Nintendo has with their consoles. over the past, like, decade and a half. But let's see. Tales of Symphonia eventually came to other platforms. It debuted as a GameCube exclusive. If you haven't pieced it together yet, Tales of Symphonia is the game in question. After previously announcing the remaster, simply dubbed Tales of Symphonia Remastered, Bandai Namco has announced it will release on February 17th via Switch, PS4, Xbox One. There's still no word of PS5, Series S, or X versions. This is it, though. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I can relate to that, buddy. Yeah. They're both supposed to be very, very good games, though. Neo 1 and 2. I would love to play both of them.
How can we go on a quest to regenerate the world if we can't even save the people standing right in front of us?
Here, it's hot coffee.
It's a charm. A Flanor snow bunny.
Yo, Wick, I need to
They
ask
say
you
it
something.
brings
Hold on.
good luck.
I can kind of understand how he feels. Just a little.
I cannot run from the sins of my past. I swore I would never fight with these hands again.
When I think about it that way, I think that everything a person possesses is important in some way.
Enemy confirmed. Threat level high. Eliminating the enemy.
But I'll help
Threat
since
level
I'd be
high,
worried
threat level
about you
high.
otherwise.
Yep. I'm the great Zelos Wilder, but you can just call me Zelos.
Rising belt!
Taste it.
Indignation!
You ready? Cross thrust!
Anime characters always have, like, the most beautiful hair, dude. You know what I mean? Their hair is gorgeous.
There's a significance in being born.
Gamer's like, oh no! I got another game I have to have.
Well, I figured this is just what it means to become an angel.
I gotta ask you a question, dude. Let me ask you a question, bro. Hey, dude. Okay, so there's Tales of Symphonia remastered. So again, February 17th on Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. All right, guys. Yo, don't tell me no, dude. Don't tell me no. Hold on. All right. Definitely no. Don't think so. Were you here? Were you here for the article and video that we watched regarding the super aggressive aim assist that's going on with Modern Warfare 2? You little console player. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Did you see that? Yeah. Did you see that, dude? Were you here for that? Okay. Play it cool, tough guy. Yeah. Did you see that video that we watched? Were you here yet? What's aim assist? Shut up. You didn't? Bro, it's pretty brutal. It was really. You think it's Photoshop? Well, look, this is what I said. It looked really aggressive, dude. I mean, like, pretty OP, man. Like, it was pretty wild, dude. But I actually brought that up. I was like, look, Like there's always the chance, because it was a video that showed they were trying to, in a private match, showcase how skewed aim assist was for people playing on consoles, right? So they had like they had two cameras, one set up for the person that was like, you know, creating content, another on their hand with the controller. And then obviously the game, you know, was being streamed and everything, or recorded. But that's one of the things I brought up was like, look, while if this is in fact default aim assist in this game, it is very, very OP. There is always the chance that the aim assist has been altered here for this specific video. So I did bring that up, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, if the aim assist is that OP in the game and you've been dying that much from what I've watched you play, dude, what's wrong? I'm just kidding, dude. But seriously, like, it was a pretty wild video. So who knows if it is? Yeah, dude. Yeah. The if it is truly that aggressive by default, that's pretty wild, man. That's pretty wild. It was pretty. You have aim assist turned off, right? That's what it was. That's what it is. Gotcha, dude. Gotcha. So here's some Smash Bros. Tournament stuff. A chain grab Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video game tournament. Have you still been playing it, right? You still been playing MW2? How are you feeling about it now? Video game tournament is coming to the Hall of Fame Village, powered by Johnson Controls. I don't even know what that is. Esports tournament will take place December 11th. It is open to players 13 years old and older. It will feature both singles and doubles competitions and a $1,000 pot bonus. The Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment Company said Friday. The tournament is being presented by the company's Gold Summit Gaming Division. This will mark its first esports event at the Hall of Fame Village. Participants can register. Where is this even at? It's $25 to enter. Doors open at 9 a.m. Where even is this? I don't know, dude. This is all let's see. I can't even see anything else now. What the crap is happening? Pretty rough article. If you're interested, though, I'll link it for you. Rather have the larger field of view on PC than aim assist. Well, I mean, you know, aim assist will forever be one of those things that is argued between console and PC players, you know. Look, I would much rather I mean I play my I mean, I'm a PC gamer naturally anyways, but especially in FPS games, I enjoy being able to play my games with mouse and keyboard because of how much more precise it makes me feel like I can be with my movements and my aiming, right? I would rather have that than any kind of aim assist. And so for me, that's where it, you know, my feelings lie. Move a little more smoothly on console. Yeah, I think anybody that gets comfortable with PC is going to be more accurate because it is just so it's so much easier to be precise. So I understand why on console, especially on cross-platform, anytime you're cross-platforming between console and PC, they incorporate some aim assist. I understand it. I don't really hate on that. But it needs to be a moderate amount of aim assist. Whenever it's super aggressive to where, like, it just be straight up tracking on, you know what I mean? It looks like a hack almost. Right. Yeah. I mean, it does take time. If you're not used to PC, and you know, it'll take time to get used to it. But ultimately, with a mouse, it's so much easier to be more precise in a FPS game than it ever will be with joysticks. You know, like on a controller. That's just there's no denying that. You just can't. There's no argument there, which is why aim assist is a thing, and I understand it. Yeah. I think movement can tend to be a little bit smoother because joystick gives you that easy all access on just that single stick, right? But usually if you play on a PC long enough, you get fairly good with just being able to WASD the same kind of movements, you know. But joystick is pretty good for the movements in FPS games too. But there's this in chat if you guys needed it. Steam Deck users surprised with one of this year's most popular games. Steam Deck now supports one of this year's most popular games. Not every Steam game is compatible with Steam Deck. In fact, many aren't compatible with a handheld machine when they release. For example, when Asobo Studio and Focus Home Interactive released A Plague Tale Requiem on October 18th, it was not compatible with Steam Deck. Almost a month later, that has changed thanks to a new update to the game. Unfortunately, dude, I fat finger stuff all the time. It doesn't matter. I've played PC games forever. I still fat finger crap all the time, dude. So, yeah. That's just part of being a three-head. Yeah, the finer details of the compatibility aren't divulged, so it's unclear how well the game runs on the machine. As you may know, the game is absolutely gorgeous, and the rat physics put even the best PC gaming rigs to the test, so it's hard to imagine it runs super well on the handheld machine. That said, it should run better than it did before. Okay. Well, that's cool, man. So it's compatible, but it's not verified. Is that correct? Hold on. There's a difference there. It should show Steam Deck verified if it's a Steam Deck verified game. Right? Yeah. Okay, Steam Deck compatibility. So Steam Deck Plague Tale Requiem is it's showing unsupported here. Hold on. Okay, so there's some weird okay, so it does say in this latest patch here, the game is now compatible with Steam Deck. It does, in fact, say that from a patch 3 days ago. Now, compatible with Steam Deck and being Steam Deck verified, if I remember correctly, are two completely different things. Compatible with the Steam Deck means that it will run on that device, but it may not be fully configured. So there might still be some wonkiness. But a Steam Deck verified game, right? Which, let's see, I think, Vampire Survivors Steam Deck verified. Hold on. Hush. Shut your mouth. Okay, so compatibility, that is verified, right? So I guess they are saying that it's verified at this point. But the Steam page is still not showing that. So compatibility and verified are the same thing. Excuse me. Let's be very clear here. A lot of games will play on the Steam Deck even when they're not verified, but they are not optimized for the console yet, for the Steam Deck, for that hardware. So they'll play on it, but you'll get some wonkiness, some things that don't seem quite right until the game actually becomes Steam Deck verified, which means it's actually optimized for the Steam Deck, right? Such as you see right here with Vampire Survivors. Now, what's kind of weird here is with Plague Tale Requiem, like we're just reading about in that article, they're saying it is now compatible, which would mean verified, but it's still showing unsupported here on the Steam page, even though the update from November 9th is showing that it's compatible with Steam Deck now. I don't know. Take that for what you will. I do want to play this game very much. A new Atari collection launches with over 100 retro games. We knew this was coming. Yeah, the Atari collection was revealed earlier in the year and is fully playable now. Atari hit what, like their 50th anniversary, I think? And that's one of the reasons, yeah, 50th anniversary collection. That's why. Atari 50, the anniversary collection. And it was said at the time the game would feature over 90 games to play. That number has apparently been revised since then, since listings for it now say that over 100 games are included. Tempest, 2000, Asteroids, Yar's Revenge, a few of the classics mentioned, but there are 6 totally new games that are all found described below. I'm just going to read these out. Sword Quest, Air World, Haunted Houses, VCTR, SCTR, Neo Breakout, Quadra Tank, Yar's Revenge Reimagined. Yeah. This is the Atari 50th Anniversary Celebration launch trailer, okay? 50 years since Atari, dude.
I think we stood for innovation, and also we were the Genesis story. You always have a hallowed position when you're the first.
What a banger, dude!
When it came time to design the Reimagined game, I wanted to approach it in the same way Atari did.
So everybody's heard the Pong story.
Put it out into an arcade and see if it makes money.
So many people had played it.
Do you guys remember the, what was it, the 64-bit Jaguar console, Atari console? Do you guys remember that? It didn't do very well.
It would be good to take the innovation legacy and push it forward into the future.
If I remember correctly, I think that console came out around the same time as like, or it was out around the same time as like PS1 or something. Hold on. So there you go. The Atari VCS, so the 50th anniversary collection is out on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series XS, Switch, and PC platforms. If you want it, cool. Check this out. Yeah, dude. Yeah. The Atari Jaguar. When did this come out? Release date. North America was the end of 1993. Europe was the middle of 1994. The only game I remember being on this console, I had one friend that had this thing. The only game I remember was a fighting game, and the only character I remember was this. I think it was a Scottish guy wearing a kilt, and he would shoot fireballs. He'd pull up his kilt and shoot fireballs from out from under his kilt, dude. I thought it was hilarious. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. The Atari Jaguar, dude. Insane. All right, DC Studios reportedly has ambitious video game plans for new superhero universe. The recently named DC Studios, partially helmed by the Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn, reportedly has big aspirations for video games. DC has had a lot of video games over the years, but sort of created a problem after having massive success. Rocksteady's Batman Arkham series was such a major achievement for superhero games and really set the standard that every game is now living in its shadow. Games like Gotham Knights have since been released and can't shake the comparisons despite being pretty different games. There are a lot of lofty expectations. Look, let's be fair, dude. Gotham Knights is a game that was released in 2022, almost 2023, capped at 30 frames per second. I think just that piece of information right there is a pretty good indication that there are some things that aren't going to be great about that game. You know, there are a lot of lofty expectations for DC games now, and the company has seemed a bit scared to come at them head on. Hence why we haven't got a proper Superman game in nearly 20 years. However, it seems DC has some new plans. As reported by the Hollywood Reporter, DC Studios heads James Gunn and Peter Safran pitched their general 10-year plan for the company to other Warner Brothers Discovery employees. Duo has begun figuring out what that looks like, and their ultimate plan is to tell a big, grand story similar to the MCU. However, the way they will tell this story may vary in a big way. While movies and TV shows will be a key piece of the puzzle, Safran noted they want video games to be a part of their great overarching story. Whether that means movie tie-in games or something like a Superman game that serves as a follow-up or prequel to Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill remains to be seen. Could be used in a key way to expand the lore and stories of the DC universe rather than just retell it via a video game. Movie tie-in games seem to be more of a thing of the past, especially given how long it takes to make a game nowadays. It's not as feasible as it was a decade ago, so it seems more likely these hypothetical video games would be unique entries to this DC saga. All right. Well, we'll see how this goes. Again, look, you know what I want? I either want at least some kind of focus on anti-heroes or playing as villains rather than just superheroes. How boring. How boring playing the good guy, you know? Come on, man. Or let's get a new heroes versus villains MMO going. You know what I mean? The old one was fantastic. Let's get a new version of heroes versus villains going. That way people can be a hero if they want. And then everybody that, wants to be a villain can just go trounce all the heroes because villains rule, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. New Fable update has some fans worried about the game. A new update about the Fable game, dubbed Fable 4 by many Xbox fans looking forward to the Xbox Series X, S, and PC game, has fans of the dormant series worried. The update comes the way of Matt Booty, head of Xbox Game Studios. Booty had both a lot to say about the game and nothing at all to say about it during a recent interview. In other words, he said a lot of words about it and the developer making it, Playground Games, but it was almost all filler and inconsequential. However, one part has stuck out to fans and has been making the rounds. That's when Booty says Playground Games is attempting to make a modern take on Fable. If you're a fan of the RPG series, this isn't what you want to hear, as it suggests some fundamental and major changes made in the name of modernity. Sorry. And this is why the term has a negative connotation. How much there is to Booty's usage of the saying, I can't speak, I'm sorry. Only time will tell, but it's enough to have some fans over on Twitter worried. What is Twitter anymore? We're going to make remake Fable for a modern audience, so it's right. You're going to make the game the crap. Reads one tweet about the news. Why did you just not say that? It's okay, man. I get it. A lot of recent game titles haven't been good. No need to hide your feelings. So far, none of the implicated parties, Booty, Xbox, Playground Games, nor anyone involved with the latter two, have commented on the situation. If this changes, we'll be sure to update the story accordingly. Before this quote began to circulate, many fans were already worried about the game due to the prolonged radio silence and reports of development troubles. In fact, some fans have been worried since the game's reveal in the summer of 2020 due to the fact it's being made by Playground Games, a studio that makes racing games and that has no experience making RPGs. Yeah, there's been some worry on that front for sure. No, you're good. You wish the genre could be named something else instead of Soulsborne? Yeah. It just never will. yeah. Soulsborne game. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yep. That's what those games will always be referred to as, yeah. Yeah, the Sekiro games are supposed to be very good, man. I'm glad you're trying it again. That's awesome. Yeah, usually, I mean, any kind of game like that is quite often referred to as a Souls type or a Soulsborne-esque game or what. I mean, that's usually the typical reference anymore, you know. So yeah, you're not wrong. But I'm glad you're enjoying it, dude. I would love to play those games. We might have to in the near future. Last article I have for the morning, okay? We're going to watch the new trailer showcase for Warhammer Dark Tide World. If you have anything else to add, let me know, and we'll address it before we move on to Vermintide for the day. Cool? Let's take a look. Yeah, we wanted to send this out with only days to go before the pre-order beta goes live. Publisher Fat Shark dropped a new video for Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. Again, Fat Shark is the developer behind the Vermintide games. They're making Dark Tide, which releases, is it the 16th or the 18th? I think, or is it later in the month? But if you pre-order, you get to let me see. Let's be very clear here. Oh, it comes out on the 30th, yeah. But if you pre-order, I think you actually get in a little bit earlier. Maybe not. Maybe not. I guess not. I might have been thinking of a different game. But Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. But this is going to be basically, you know, a very similar game to what we've seen with Vermintide 2, but set in, you know, this more Warhammer 40K universe, as you can see with like, the more futuristic biomechanical stuff than it is the medieval stuff you see in the Vermintide, you know. But we'll take a look at this trailer real quick. Get a real good look at it.
It is the 41st millennium. For 10,000 years, the Imperium has dominated the galaxy. There is only war.
There is only war!
Every human soul, from the most highborn lord to the most basic servitor, is dedicated to the service of the God Emperor of mankind. The Imperium's battle fleets and armies, from the conscripted soldiers of the Astra Militarum to the elite space marines of the Adeptus Astartes, keep humanity safe from alien threats and cosmic horrors beyond imagining. But there is another war. It is the one in which I serve.
Archangel, commensurate translation.
Our war is not one of battlefields and fleet engagements. It is waged by the dedicated agents of the Imperial Inquisition. It is fought in the cities and hives of the Imperium. In the back streets and the forgotten sublevels. In hive cities like Tertium.
We are surrounded! Don't get overrun! Prove it so!
For if the Inquisition fails,
that was dope.
The Imperium falls with us.
Oh, yeah. Pre-order and play early, November 17th. Yeah, so I wasn't wrong. Yeah. So like 5 days, right? If you pre-order, you play in like 5 days. That's so we started playing Vermintide last weekend because they had a Fat Shark held a bit of a promotional thing where Vermintide 2 was given away for like a 4-day period. It was like from last Friday through Monday, something like that. And then they had a big DLC patch came out that was free, and or content update. And a lot of the DLC's been free and everything too. Here. I think it's actually still, yeah, a lot of this stuff is still, it's like the base game's only $6. It was free. Again, I was trying to tell everybody to go grab this. It was free to own. Not just free for a weekend. It was free to own last weekend. So I was trying to tell everybody to just go grab it. But all the DLC is still free all the way up through the 21st, or not free, but on sale. I don't know. I can't remember what I said right there, but all this stuff is still on sale all the way up through like the 21st. So if you're interested in playing or whatever, this is Vermintide, first person melee shooter co-op game. It's a lot of fun. It's challenging, but it's cool to just like get in there with some people and kind of get into a big slaughter fest. It's pretty wild. It's pretty cool. So that's what we'll play today, and the reason we've been playing it was because of the promotion last weekend. I already had the game, but it allowed other people to get the game for free and for us to play around a bit and have some fun with it. So that's the play, man. That's the play. That's what we're doing. That's the news, man. That's the news. You guys rock. Appreciate you very much. Yeah. So we're gonna move on to Vermintide 2 content. We're gonna play some Vermintide 2 for the rest of the day. Have some fun, chill out, and have a nice chill Saturday. So if anybody wants to play, let me know. Everybody that was part of this new segment, you rock. Everybody that's always part of this community, I appreciate you very much. You mean an incredible amount to me, and I appreciate you helping to create such an amazing place for myself and everybody else to hang out and be a part of every single day. If anybody's checking out this content and you're enjoying the video gaming news and the gaming content, then see what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself and the rest of these amazing people that are part of this community when we go live at 6 o'clock a.m. CST every single day when we go live and start all of our streams off with video gaming news before we dive into whatever video gaming content we have slated for the rest of the day. Okay. Other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another. And we will catch everybody tomorrow for November 13th edition of Video Gaming News and more Vermintide 2 before we get back into Disco Elysium on Monday. All right.